Yo, what is going on, my people? 29 back here in another video. In today's video, we're going to be discussing a little bit about Mehdi Taremi's move to Olympiacos. Now, I know this video is a little bit late. I mean, he's joined Olympiacos this week, in the beginning of the week, so it's been a little while, but I decided to kind of just take back some time and just kind of reflect on it. I mean, I didn't really want to do an immediate reaction because my immediate reaction compared to what I think about the move now is a little bit different, and I'm going to be talking about both sides to kind of just dive in deep into, well, is it a good move? Is it a bad move? What is this for Mehdi Taremi? Now, if you guys are fans of the channel, you guys know that I am a big fan of Mehdi Taremi, and it's not my first video on him. I know I've done many in the past, so I like to kind of keep a tab open on him and kind of share his journey with you guys because he's had a very unique journey, if I do say so myself. If you guys are new to the channel, please make sure to smash that like button, subscribe as well. It really does help a lot. All my socials will be down in the description for you guys to check out. And yeah, without further ado, let's get started. Mehdi Taremi joined Olympiacos. It's a transfer fee from Inter Milan. It's an interesting transfer because, well, I don't think anyone really expected him to go to a team like Olympiacos. I mean, this guy is a guy who was linked with like Fulham, Nottingham Forest, and plenty of other teams in and around Europe and even outside of Europe. What's funny with this is I think, the more we waited and the closer the transfer window close got, I think people were expecting him to actually finally stay in Italy. At least I was like, there's not much time left in the transfer window, so I guess he's staying. It was a very difficult thing to kind of predict. But no, he made his move to Olympiacos. I don't know if it was on the last day. I think it was a day before deadline day. I'm not too sure about that, so don't quote me on it. And there's a lot of things I have to say. So, where do we even start? My initial reaction to it was utter confusion because I couldn't believe it. I was like, this guy is a guy who with such a high ceiling, who lots of Iranians and other fans have had so many high expectations for him. Why Olympiacos? Why of all the teams Olympiacos? I mean, why would you choose Olympiacos over the likes of Fulham? Why would you choose Olympiacos over the likes of Nottingham Forest, or I think even Lyon and PSV as well were interested on him? I think the main selling point for Mehdi Taremi's trajectory is the Champions League. He always seems to talk about the Champions League. If you see it with Inter, if you've seen it with Porto, if you've seen it with Olympiacos as well, in his interview, it seems that the UCL is a big turning point for him, which is something that is very respectable. That's a very high mentality to have, to be wanting to play in the Champions League all the time. It's a very high mentality. Doesn't matter what team you're playing with. Now, my problem lies in this as in the fact of like, okay, well, you were offered other teams that also did participate in the Champions League. Why not go with them? I was thinking of PSV was the biggest example for me. I was very content with them going to PSV in the Eredivisie. I think he would have smashed it. He had many successful Iranians in the Eredivisie as well. I think Taremi would have done well. So why not go to PSV? Now, obviously, we're not behind the scenes, so we'll never really know what happened. Maybe the rumors were there, but an offer never got put, or things like that. So it's cool that we like to push out team names and say, oh, he was interested with this team. I don't know why he didn't go to this team. At the end of the day, us as fans, we don't really know the real story. I mean, being rumored to a team is not the same as being offered a contract from a team, right? So maybe PSV were just there but not actually there. Lyon as well, probably the same for Fulham and Nottingham Forest. Now, my big point with Olympiacos, of course, it's great that they are in the Champions League. They have a very tough group. I mean, just look at this tough schedule, which in one way can be very good, because if Taremi does do well against these teams, maybe we'll see something in the near future again. You've got to remember, this guy is old now for a footballer. He's aging. He's not 25 years old. He's not 22 years old. So to always have a high expectation, it's going to have to come to an end at some point. But I'm still happy that he's staying in Europe, because he could have very well easily have gone to the UAE. Very easily could have gone to the UAE or to another league that pays money, but there's not that much interest, I'm looking at you, Sadar Azmoun, wink wink. But in all seriousness, I was very confused with the move at first. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. I was inclined towards it's a bad move at first, but now that I've had a few days to kind of process the transfer and to see what's going on, I don't hate the move that much. I think if I had to give a grade, I would give like a 6.5 out of 10. Because ultimately, for me, the most important thing, if I'm Mehdi Taremi, is you've got a World Cup in a few months, right? You haven't played lots of football with Inter Milan. You're constantly on the bench, and when you do play, you don't play a lot. And you've gone injured a few times as well. Going to another team that may not be ideal. I mean, I don't want to show any disrespect to Olympiacos because they've won a European trophy recently as well. I think that's something that's very important to add. They are a team with prestige. I think the most important thing for Taremi at this point in his career is to be fit for the World Cup, to have that playing time, to be fit, to score some goals, to be involved into football, because he hasn't been involved in lots of football over the past year. The only real football and the full-fledged Taremi that we've seen was with the national team in the World Cup qualifiers, and even that is not enough because he doesn't play that much. It's 2-3 games. It's 2 games a cycle. That's not a lot. So that's why I'm happy with it, or content with it rather. If this wasn't the World Cup year, or if this wasn't close to the World Cup, if this was maybe a move that was made 2 years ago or even last year, then I would have been a little bit worried and be like, okay, this is a terrible move. But ahead of the World Cup, I understand the move. I do understand him a lot. I do understand where he's coming from, and you're going to a league that's not as competitive as the Serie A for sure. Not as difficult as the Serie A for sure, but it's still somewhat competitive, I think. I mean, Greece have a few teams in there. You can think of AEK Athens, who they've had some players over the years. I think Anthony Martial is currently there as well. So for United fans who missed Anthony Martial, AEK Athens is a team to watch. So yeah, that's about it for this transfer. Overall, I'm not extremely happy with it. It would be a lie for me to say I'm very happy. But I'm not overly sad. I think people are overly criticizing the move. And the main, I think, point was also that they have strikers already in Yaremchuk, the Ukrainian, and Ayub El Kabi, the Moroccan striker, who has had a very good season. So will Taremi be even playing? If he ever finds himself in a position where he doesn't play at Olympiacos, then we have a huge problem. I don't think that's going to be the case, though, because they spent a lot of money on him. It would be very foolish of Olympiacos not to play him. I think Yaremchuk is currently injured, so apparently they're going to change to a 2-striker formation. That's what I've been told from Olympiacos fans. Olympiacos fans are really excited about this move, so that tells me that he's probably going to be playing. And as well, there's going to be the AFCON, so a few players are going to be missing, or whatever happens. So I think Taremi will have his time with Olympiacos. I think the UCL is going to be one to watch for him. He's going to be against some big teams, so hopefully he does well against those big teams and, can further put Iran's name and his own in the biggest stage of football. So that'll be it for Mehdi Taremi's transfer to Olympiacos. What do you guys think? Good move, bad move? Let me know down in the comment section down below or on my social media links. All of them will be down in the description for you guys to check out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.